is Sarah.
And my name is Shayne. Today we'll be discussing two important theories from human development and family science: attachment theory and conflict theory.
We'll observe interactions in three families to illustrate how these theories can be applied in everyday life. Each theory offers a unique perspective on family dynamics, and we'll see those perspectives explored through the families that we have met with.
First, we'll be highlighting the role of caregivers in fostering secure attachments and how this impacts child development and future relationships. You'll see this demonstrated in how parents respond to their children's needs and behaviors.
Next, we'll be focusing on how conflicts between partners and/or parents and children can be managed or escalated depending on communication, negotiation, and power dynamics. You'll see this illustrated in situations of disagreement and how these are resolved, or sometimes not, in a family setting.
Our goal is to show you how attachment and conflict theories play out in real family scenarios.
It's okay.
Thank you both for joining me today. From what you've explained to me through our emails, I understand you've both been working on creating a stronger sense of security for your child. Can you tell me more about the challenges you've been facing?
Yes, it's been rough. She gets really upset when I leave the room, even if it's just for a few minutes. I can't even sleep away to grab something without her crying. But the moment I come back, she calms down immediately. It's like a light switch.
And it's not just crying. Sometimes she seems really clingy, even when she's just playing. She'll check to see if mom is still there, and she gets anxious if she can't find her.
That's understandable. What you're describing is consistent with what we call separation anxiety, but your child's attachment to you is secure. It is good that she is happy and able to calm down when you return. That means she sees you as a source of comfort and support. These behaviors are natural in early childhood, especially when a child is developing an attachment to their primary caregiver, aka both of you.
Yeah, but I'm a little worried that we're reinforcing bad habits. Should I stay with her every time she cries, or is that only making it worse?
That's a great question, and it's important to strike a balance. When children are young, they depend on caregivers to feel safe. Responding to their needs consistently helps them build trust, which is a key for continuing a secure attachment. However, we also want to gradually help them learn that it's okay to be apart for short periods. One technique we can try is practicing short, controlled separations.
How would that work?
For example, you could start by leaving the room for just a minute or two, but make sure your child sees you leave and knows you'll come back. Over time, you can gradually increase the duration, always reassuring them when you return. This shows them that even when you leave, you're not gone forever, and they're still safe. It helps build their confidence and security even in your absence.
So instead of sneaking away when they're distracted, we make the separation predictable and brief, like a practice run?
Exactly. Predictability is key here. Even when children know what to expect, they feel more in control and less anxious.
We could definitely try that. Maybe start with small separations, like when you're folding laundry in the other room.
That's a great start. It's about creating small, manageable steps that help your child feel safe, even when you're not physically present.
Mom! Oh, let me get that for you, honey.
I'm the only person who does anything in this house. We need to be saving more money.
Okay, I'll be right back, sweetie. I'm just gonna go outside. Honey, I have something to ask you.
Yeah, what's up?
I don't know, I've just been thinking about it, but I feel like we need to go to therapy. Our kid is just really, troubled.
Why? We don't even need to.
Just look at her, she just has something wrong. I just feel like it'd be the right thing to do.
I guess if you say so.
Thank you both for coming in today. From what we've discussed through emails and such, it seems there are a couple key issues we need to address. Let's start by looking at the roles and dynamics in your household. Now, from what I understand, Mom tends to take care of most of the domestic responsibilities and childcare, and Dad, he makes a lot of the major decisions. Does that sound right?
So I do most of the day-to-day stuff with the kids, making the meals and taking care of the house, while he focuses more on his work and, the bigger decisions for the family.
I mean, I guess that's true. I feel like I'm providing in my own way, but I see it's causing problems.
See, that's a common dynamic, but it can also lead to issues over time, especially in terms of how power is shared within the family. This brings us to conflict theory, which helps us understand the role of power and resources in family relationships. When Dad has more control over decisions and responsibilities, it can create a power imbalance that leads to tension and conflict. Often see in situations like these is that the child can feel the effects of the power dynamics between the parents. Your child may sense this tension, which can make them feel insecure, which leads us to the issue of attachment. Right now, your child seems to be struggling with feeling securely attached. When a child feels that one parent is emotionally distant or unavailable, or when there's a lot of stress between the parents, it can cause the child to feel uncertain about who they can rely on for comfort. In your all's case, we see that when mom leaves, your child becomes very distressed, and even when she returns, the child isn't able to calm down or self-regulate. This suggests that your child may have developed an insecure attachment style where they're unsure whether or not their needs will be met consistently. Children with secure attachments usually find comfort in knowing their caregivers are available, both emotionally and physically, but when roles in the family are uneven, it can create uncertainty for the child.
So you're saying that because we're not really sharing responsibilities, that's making our child feel less secure?
Exactly. When one parent is overburdened with the emotional and physical caregiving, and one is more removed from those daily responsibilities, in this case, work, the child can pick up on that imbalance. They may not feel fully supported, which can make them anxious, especially when one parent leaves the room or is unavailable. Both of you need to be emotionally present and involved.
I guess I hadn't really thought about how much it affects both of you. I mean, I've been focusing too much on my work and not enough on my family, but I want to do better.
Well, good news. This is something you can work on together by sharing responsibilities more equally.
So if we work on being more balanced at home, sharing the work, and being more present, our child will feel safer and less anxious?
Correct. Moving forward, we'll work on creating more of a balanced approach in your family. And it'll help you both develop strategies to share caregiving responsibilities and support each other in the long run.
Thank you for joining us today as we explore the dynamics of these three families through the perspectives of conflict theory and attachment theory.
As you saw, children's attachment styles can be concerning for parents, especially when children are displaying insecure attachment. But it is important for parents to know that not all insecure attachment is caused by severe parental mistreatment. It can also be caused by a family's instability, unequal power dynamics, economic stress, and social class effects.
That is exactly why it's so important to understand conflict theory. This theory helps highlight how the instabilities and stressors can cause tensions within the family unit. But it also shows us that there are many ways to counteract the impact conflict has on families, such as communicating positively, focusing on the problem, and family therapy.
A key takeaway from all of this is that early intervention works, not only with conflict theory, but also attachment theory as well. By responding to a child's emotional needs, you create a more supportive and safe environment where children can begin to form secure attachments.
Thank you for watching, and we hope you were able to take many important lessons out of today's discussion. Bye!
Yippee.